Welcome back to Left, Right and Centre. And finally tonight, Shahid Kapoor's film Mausam has run into some rough weather because of objections from the Indian Air Force with some particular scenes. As a result of that, they weren't able to get a no objection certificate in time. The film was supposed to have been released this Friday, but will now be released on the 23rd of September instead. Well, joining us on Left, Right and Centre tonight, we have the cast of Mausam. We have Shahid Kapoor, we have his co-star Sonam, and Shahid Kapoor's father Pankaj Kapoor, for whom this is a directorial debut. Let me first go to Sonam Kapoor. Sonam, has it been a huge disappointment for you that the film release has got delayed?
I think instead of looking at the glass as half empty, it's better to look at it as a half full. I think it gives us more time to build a little more awareness about the film, gives us time to promote it a little more in a few more cities, and I think, you know, it's always good to have more time to do anything. So, I mean, obviously, we were looking forward to the 16th, but 23rd sounds even better.
Well, Sonam is clearly very positive. Shahid, do you see it that way as well? She's clearly put a good spin to things.
Yes, we did feel a little disappointed, but after that we sat together and we kind of analyzed what would happen if we shift to the 23rd, and in certain ways it's actually working as an advantage for us because we're actually being able to do a wider release. There'll be more screens that we'll be able to get on the 23rd, and also certain cities that we were not being able to visit due to lack of time, we'll be able to do that now. So in a certain way it's actually better in terms of what it would have been as opposed to the 16th, but yes, it means one more week of you know, mad promotions for us, where we have to now, you know, let everybody know that the date is shifted to the 23rd of September now. But you know, this is a film which has taken 2 years of my life, almost 3 years of Dad's life, and you know, the equal amount of time of Sonam's life. So just another week really is not something to feel bad about. If we can have a better release as opposed to what we would have had on the 16th, on the 23rd now, you know, it's worth it, and we're very happy to go out there and promote it.
Well, good to see a positive attitude from both of you. But Pankaj, what are the specific objections, though, that the Air Force actually had with the film?
See, basically there is an action sequence of the Indian Air Force shown in the film. There was a tiny part to which they suggested an alteration which would make the sequence more authentic and better. Because the whole thing is computer generated, which is why things had to be shown to them at the last minute, and once they suggested something, to put it back and recreate the whole thing and put it back into the film, it would take a certain amount of time. In the whole process for us to get a complete go-ahead from the Indian Air Force and to feel good about the fact that we have been able to improve upon what was pointed out to us, it took us a bit of time, which Shahid has just pointed out, that which would not have allowed us to release worldwide, which is why we decided to push the film by a week.
Right, but did you feel that it was unnecessary for the Air Force to get involved at all? I mean, at the end of the day, it is a film, you do have some artistic license. Did you feel that they needed to step in at all?
No, I must say that we should look at it with another point of view. What I would say is that the way Indian Air Force has supported us for last 1 year to make this film, the kind of support they have provided us, has been absolutely stunning. So here was something that was being suggested to us to make the film or the sequence a little more authentic. So no reason why that should not be done. I mean, that would only improve the script or improve the thought that has gone behind the script. There were no action changes that were told. It was only a tiny little thing that was asked to be changed. And as I mentioned, the time was taken because it's all a computer graphic sequence. So it's not a question of them trying to curb our independence in terms of makers. It was them, in a way, assisting us to improve upon what we have tried to do to authenticate the whole matter.
But let me ask a larger question, though, to Sonam first. You know, are we in general in this country a little too touchy when it comes to censorship issues? You know, before films release, there's always some group or the other that has a problem with something. They'll go and protest in front of a cinema. They'll threaten to shut it down. So are we a little too touchy sometimes, you think?
I don't know what's the politically correct way to answer that question. Since my film is releasing this Friday, I don't think I will answer that, because I have strong opinions about it, but it's something that I will refrain from saying.
Well, I have to say that you've answered that like a true politician rather than an actor. But Shahid, how do you see it? Are you going to be as shy about answering that question?
Well, I think what Sonam is trying to say is that this is not the right issue to compare what you're talking about. They're two very different things. I think in this particular context, what we are doing and what the Indian Air Force has done is for the betterment of the product, and I don't think anything has gone out of line. We couldn't show it to them earlier because computer graphics can only be put onto the print of a film when you're taking out the final negative, and you know, you can't show it to somebody who doesn't understand the process of computer graphics before that. So in this context, I don't think it holds true. I think whatever is happening is for the betterment of the film, and it's slightly situational. But in general, yes, I would agree. I think we are very touchy, and I think it's important to be a little more liberal when you make films. They represent life, you know, I think the public is not so touchy. I think other people are touchier. So in that context, yes, I do feel that it's important to become a little more liberal in your approach towards cinema and things like that, because unless you see a product which kind of seems to be pointedly making a comment which is, well, let's just say, which is not completely true, or which is tilted on one side, unless that seems to be the case, one needs to understand that we are representing life, and we need to be open to different kind of films.
Well, finally, for all of you, it's actually a really big film, and Pankaj, you must be very excited and nervous in particular because it's your directorial debut.
Well, you're quite right about it, but I would say that I am having a sense of relief, I must confess, because for the last 2.5 to 3 years I've just been doing this film called Mausam, which, allow me to say, is releasing on the 23rd of September. Well, I've finished my work as a director, which means I've completed the film and handed it over to the producers, and it's for them now to release the film. It was a mutual decision to release it on the 23rd of September. Yes, there is an effort which has gone into it for last 2.5 to 3 years, and if somebody has followed my work at all would understand that I'm somebody who gives my best to whatever I'm doing. So here's another of my works which I'm putting forward to my audience and to my critics to see, and at least say that the kind of effort that has been put into it is worth the time that I've spent on it.
Well, I'm very proud of the film that we've made, and I'll say that regardless of anything else. I'm very happy with the film that we've made. I'm so happy as a son to see my father make a film that I'm really proud of, and I've been a part of it, so I feel extremely fortunate to be having done this film and to be a part of the film. I'm very excited, honestly, to put this film out for the audience to see, and I'm very positive about the film. Yes, so it's a fresh new product out there on the 23rd of September, and I'm not nervous at all. Honestly, I think that's beyond now. There's no point in being worried or nervous. Yes, there are a few butterflies which are always there, but I'm very excited to see what people think about Mausam.
I did this film because I wanted to work with Pankaj sir. I admire him a lot as an actor, and I just wanted to learn from him, do whatever little I could learn from him, but I hope I did. And I'm really grateful that I got a role to play that let me do something different than what usually Hindi film heroines are allowed to do. And besides that, I haven't slept for 5 nights, and I think it's another 1 week of insomnia. I usually feel, I think I've never been stressed about any films, but because this film to me is more special than a lot of my other films, even though I keep on saying all my films are special, I haven't been able to keep calm. I haven't been able to do, everybody tells me it's going to be amazing, and I know it's going to be amazing, but I want people to love it a lot. So, because I love being part of this film and I love this film, so I want people to love it.
Well, you know, it's really interesting that all of you have such different reactions. You can't sleep. Shahid Kapoor is absolutely fine. He's not nervous at all. So you all have very different reactions to this. All the very best, though, for the release of the film. It comes out on the 23rd. Thanks for joining us tonight.